Fonotia, Aranui Community Trust Incorporated Society.
We sent through PowerPoints over there. Oh, do you want to sit beside it?
Here it is.
Sorry. Yeah.
It has hit the screen.
Rightio. Okay, I'm Rachael from the Aranui Community Trust. This is Sarah, my administrative assistant. And we want to thank you for the opportunity to be able to present today. Couldn't kind of pass this up, and there's a lot of things we want to say to the council around different things which are in our submission. Our first slide is our strategic goals. So all of the work of the trust and the workers that I have, which is 10, fits into these key result areas. And that's our plan through to 2021. And one of the strongest relationships we have with one of our partners is with the Christchurch City Council. So we work together a lot. We've worked a lot together in the last 17, 18 years around building capacity, around bringing community together, enhancing people's lives, and all the different areas that you strategically fit within your strategic goals as well. That's what we work towards for a vibrant life for lots of the people that reside in Christchurch. So in terms of the long-term city plan, one of our projects, and we've talked to the community about this, and it fits under the transport projects, is around the conditions of our streets in terms of roading, curbside, channels, renewals, resealing and surfacing. We have a view on that, although Wainoni Road, Pages, Breezes and Anzac, those big roads have been resealed and are nice to drive on. We want you to keep in mind that for the roads that sit inside those areas, it appears that we have temporary patch up, fix up, and our conditions of our roading after the earthquakes definitely, and of course you know, and a lot of the city streets aren't restored back to the condition they were prior to 2010-11. So we would say that you keep in mind around the 263 million I think you've got set aside for that project, those projects, the suburban streets inside communities. And not just the big streets of Christchurch, because we've still got cones galore like lots of other suburbs in the city around, and we have sinkholes appearing at all different times, and the conditions need to be put back to some sort of over 60% mark condition with the local streets inside suburbs in Christchurch, and not just the big babies. So that's our transport one. Around green space, we have worked a lot with our green space areas with City Council around upgrading those in the community and at all times, and I commend the City Council staff, Nat and the team at Shirley, and also the Coastal Burwood councillors and staff there, and representation leaders there around making sure that we're consulted with about how our community looks. And that has, in terms of the investment that you've put into Aranui, it's outstanding, and the green space allows our community to build that capacity. You put money into Ripani Ma on the corner of Wainoni and Hampshire Street, which is a fantastic upgrade there around us being able to commemorate on the 25th of November every year, around people losing their lives through an act of violence. So that's just one thing. You've upgraded Ventnor Crescent. You have worked on Wainoni Park, which I'll talk more about later, by installing basketball courts and also adhering to the master plan that we signed off in 2005 with the Burwood Pegasus board. And the green space is absolutely fantastic. So we just wanted to take the opportunity to thank you for that investment today. One of the other investments that you've put in, and we've worked on together collaboratively, is the Aranui Wainoni Community Centre. I can inform you that the usage of that is around 80 to 90%. We think that there's still areas that we can work on in there, working with community to make sure that this is a facility that is used to 100% plus capacity. It looks stunning. It's absolutely it's attractive. We've had the World Cup Rugby League use that. We've the Scottish Rugby League team. We've got Manly Rugby League coming to use that facility in June. Exercise group, faith-based groups, community groups, DHB have had Expo in there, Ministry of Education also have had Expos in there. The government organisations use that facility as well. So we want to work more together with the community groups to make sure that we're answering that you know, that need for other groups inside that hall. But without that space, that has been, I mean, we've replaced that. You have invested into that with other fantastic funding contributors as well. 927 square metres, which has replaced Wainoni and the Breezes Road Aranui Community Centres, and we've rebuilt something fantastic in there, and the community have designed it along with your staff and others. So thank you so much for that, because that fits into our strategic goals as well. And I can tell you that just our staff alone with working for the Trust, we have spring dancers, we hire that hall for spring dancers, dads and kids, white ribbon events, an Actus AGM, the free years holiday program, which is run for Aranui children who don't enrol into normal programs, early childhood education, play days around making sure that every child under the age of 5 is promoted and also allowed to enrol into early childhood education of their choice. We've had health expo days, and we also have the nurses networking meeting there around improving access to service for health providers and health accessibility for our residents. The other facility is the Aranui Library. That's an outstanding educational space that I can tell you that from December to March of this year have had 14,000 people foot traffic through that door. It's a very well used facility, and I can tell you that the PC suite that they have there with 10 computers is the most used in any library in Christchurch, which highlights that need for us to work together and continue those good relationships with Hayata community campus around providing that Wi-Fi system into the homes of Aranui people, so people can have the correct communications available for future learning and also current learning to improve educational outcomes for our Aranui community. So that is, I mean, it looks fantastic. The staff there are great, and just wanted to thank you for that. In terms of the upgrade to the #1 playing field on Wainoni Park, once again I can tell you that that was one of the first things we did back in 2005 was upgrade those playing surfaces so community could get full use out of those. And then last year we were treated to the upgrade to get it to an A grade standard through Glenn and councillors and our local city councillors and Burwood Pegasus board and staff to a #1 standard, and it's absolutely fantastic, and we're not the only park to receive that in Christchurch. My worry about those upgrades that you've spent millions on is that we have the correct maintenance plan around those fields being maintained, and that they sit at an A grade standard the whole time, and for the money not to be wasted, and for the maintenance program not to be consistent and perfect really for the investment in that money, because we've noticed like over the holidays from when we left it in December and then we came back in January, how yellow that field was when we came back, and actually in fact the watering system had been turned off over Christmas, which was a mistake by some roadies that were working in there on upgrades of some roading or piping or something like that. So we just want to make sure that that maintenance plan around all those parks in Christchurch that have been upgraded is a really good one, and it's relevant to where the park sits and the surface, if it's a thirsty surface, if it's whatever the techies say in recreational services that's adhered to. So, but thank you, because that's been able, I mean, us having that upgrade has just made things so attractive for us to bring more people into our community, and that park, I can tell you, is used 80-90%. It's fantastic, and lots of people really rate it. So that brings us to the end of our submission. What we also want to say around the housing is that we think that people should live in correct spaces. They should live in warm homes, which reduces those health risks, and yeah, I know that you would be keeping that in mind, and I support what Katrina has said as well in the previous submission. But it's really necessary that people live in those correct spaces and not overcrowded, and that the homeless are worked with to get them into the correct spaces they should be living in as well. Congratulations on the sports stadium announcement. I'm a sporting person, and so is a lot of our community, and not only is that for sport, that's around concert, expo, and lots of different things, and how much more attractive it becomes with a roof over the top. So awesome, we're really excited about that. Metro Sports, love that elite athletes can get in and train in something like that is purpose built. We can't wait for the celebration, and we'll be going along to support that, our staff and board, to the opening of Kiwito. That is just, I mean, we sat on the Eastern Recreational Centre around the placement of where that would sit in Christchurch and on the east, and Actis was a part of that. But oh my God, that is so exciting, and for the people of the east. So thank you so much for that, and also to the upgrade in Brighton. I'm all for the whale pool. I'm always going on about the whale pool, and we love the whale pool, and we grew up in Brighton. So thanks for that upgrade in Brighton, and who knows where Brighton's going to go to in the future with the allocated money. But an opportunity not to be missed, so thank you. It's probably more about thank yous, but for your investment into Aranui, it is definitely not unnoticed, and we look really forward to the Memorandum of Understanding that we'll be signing next week with Council on the 15th, and everybody's been invited to that. And we know there's lots more work to be done, not only in our area, but in the east and in the whole of Christchurch. And thank you for not forgetting about us over there, but our roads do drive us mental. So, and the whole of the east and everything like that, but you would be used to that, but yeah, plans galore. But thank you.
Thank you very much, and I mean, I've allowed you to slip over the 10 minutes, so, but your presentation in terms of the slides was just spot on for 10 minutes, so well done on your presentation. But thank you very much for taking the time to make those submissions, and then to pick up on another submission that you heard while you were here, because it is a big issue for our city. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.